Welcome to Over 50 TV. My name is Lou Reyes, and I always like to extend that over 50 TV. It just, maybe I'm just being a kid, right? Probably anyway. Hey, listen, thanks for tuning in. It is 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I am in the beautiful city of Cleveland, Ohio. And I know it's probably early for some of you out there who are in the West Coast. I get a lot of folks over in Europe too, as well. So for those of you who are not able to watch me now, and I know some of you actually do, I can always tell by the number of subscriptions and views I get. But yeah, 11 o'clock here in the beautiful city of Cleveland, Ohio. Today I'm going to be talking about telling you really exactly how I landed a great paying job at 50 plus. And when I say 50 plus, I'm really going to tell you how I landed a great paying job at 60 plus. But I don't want to split hairs on that. But the truth is, yeah, I can tell you exactly how I did it. If you're somebody out there who's trying to figure out what the heck you're going to do with your life and what's going on, you know what? This is the video that you're going to want to watch if you're looking to make more money. You want to land that great paying job. Let me get out of this circle format here and get to my normal format. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to tell you how I did it. Okay. I'm going to tell you how I did it. I'm going to tell you where I'm at today. Now, where I'm at today is pretty easy to see for some of you out there. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. It's called Over 50 TV. It's a monetized YouTube channel, which means I make money every single day. Every time somebody watches one of my videos, I make a little bit of money. But as more and more folks watch my videos, like we had 320,000 people last month watched Over 50 TV. Yeah, that money adds up. And in addition to making that money with this gig that I've got, this new great, I call it a great paying job. It's not anything I anticipated, but in addition to being paid through YouTube and making money, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, let's say thousands of dollars, because that's the truth. But in addition to that, I also earn revenue from when I do consulting work, when I have affiliate income. So if I recommend that you go to, let's say, Career Fitter, their career aptitude test. I've got a link to the Career Fitter career aptitude test in the description box. You click on that, I get paid a percentage from Career Fitter. And I've got other affiliate types of relationships with other companies too. So yeah, I'd say this is exactly a great paying job because I've got multiple income streams. I also have a course that I have. It's how to start a small business. So yeah, all these things combined. And I want to tell you how I did it. I'm going to tell you how I did it because I think it's not that difficult for other folks to do it too. It's really not. So yeah, I'm going to dive into it. So let's talk about how I landed this great paying gig. And I'm going to tell you how you can land a great paying gig. And maybe you're not going to do a YouTube. Maybe you're just going to get a regular job, but a job that's paying you well. Because you're going to follow the formula that I'm going to outline with you or for you today. I'm going to outline the formula that I've used. And I've used this formula in the past. It's tried and true. It's not BS. It's not some person, some kid on YouTube telling you how you're going to make. I just saw this, how I made $100,000 last month. That's BS. For the most part, it is BS. And that's not how you do it. I don't care what they say. If maybe they fell into some luck, but that luck, it took them years to get to that luck, and chances are they really didn't get there. So I'm not going to give you the BS story. I'm going to give you the way that I did it, how I landed this. I'm going to say it's a great paying gig. I'm not bragging about it. It's the truth. It's not. I always say, if it's true, you're not bragging. That's the truth. So let's get to it. So listen, let's start with the formula that I use, the formula that I believe in that can help you to get there. The first thing that I did, and maybe some of you are in the spot too. The first thing I did was I had this attitude, I remember having an attitude at one point. This wasn't that long ago, a few years ago. I was like, damn, what's going to happen? How can I improve? I'm just so tired. It's just the woe is me. What I call a woe is me. Let me put this up here. I had a woe is me attitude, and that's how I started. It was like things aren't working out. Finally, one day, I just said, dump the woe is me mindset. Screw them. Forget them. You know what? They don't care about me. That job, that company, those people, those folks, they don't care. They don't really care about me. So it's it was a certain point you just have to say, forget it. I'm going to move forward and I'm going to make some real money here in my life. And I'm going to make money that's going to make me happy, money that's going to help my family. And that's what I did. One day I just decided to do it. And I call it basically just saying, hey, screw everybody else. I'm going to do what's best for me. I'm going to make the money that I need to make for me. I'm going to get myself mentally fit. I'm going to quit making things worse for myself, because that's what you do when you're negative, when you're down on yourself. You're just you got to look at it and say, hey, I can do better. I can make better. I can make more money. I can do better. So you get mentally fit. You just forget everybody else, all the naysayers out there. And something that you really should know is that if you are with people who are not, they're not helping you pursue your dreams, because you know what? They're not pursuing their own dreams. They're not working to make themselves better. So why listen to them? Why let the naysayers? Why let that HR manager who terminated you, or that boss who doesn't like you and keeps putting you, giving you work that's just mean? It basically, I say menial work. So yeah, number one is just get mentally fit. And I'm going to go back to that panel I just showed you guys. Just screw them all. Forget everybody else. Dump that woe is me mindset. Have the attitude that you can do better and do better. Quit making things worse for yourself. That's my number one suggestion. And it's something that I did. I just said, you know what, I can do better and I'm going to do better. So let's get to the next thing. Let's just jump over to the next thing. I had to decide one day, and it was tough. I had to decide, what do I really want? What do I really want in my life? Do I just want to keep going down the same path that I've been going down, not making the money I want to make, not doing the things I want to do? I had a lot of success early in my life, a lot of success. But as things ebb and flow in life, sometimes you don't have that success. Sometimes it's not lasting. But then you still have to look back and say, what did I do? How did I get myself to that great point in my life? So now you've got to decide what you want. What do you really want? And that takes a lot of, I say a lot of deep thought. Maybe talking to some folks, maybe talking to people that you know and asking them, hey, what do you think? Get some opinions inside in your gut. You're going to know. But that's number two. Number two is decide what you want in your life. And that's what I did. I just sat down one day and said, you know what? Okay, my attitude's got to change. I can't keep that woe is me attitude. I'm going to decide what I want to do. And it took me a little bit of time. I didn't just jump into something. I took my time. And that's what I'm going to ask you to do. Decide what you really want. Take your time doing it. That's the number two step that I found that helped me to get to where I'm at today. Deciding what I really wanted and knowing that maybe when I decide, maybe I'm going to change my mind. Maybe things will change, but that's going to happen to you. So let's get to number three here. After I decided what I wanted, then I had to do something else. I had to plan. How am I going to get there? And I put this up here so you can see it. Planning gives you direction. It helps you to set and achieve goals and allows you to make informed decisions to create the life that you want rather than leaving it up to chance. Don't leave things up to chance. Don't let somebody else drive your car. I find that interesting. It's very, very true. Once you let somebody else drive the car, they're driving you. They're in control. And when you let somebody else in control, what's going to happen is they're going to take you where they want to take you. And I know I talk to people who say to me, Lou, I'm at a job and I don't like it. That boss keeps telling me, well, do this or do that, or they're excluding me out of meetings. I get a lot of that. A lot of folks who are just fed up with work, or they're letting somebody else drive their car. They're letting somebody else control their life. And that's what I decided I wasn't going to do. I decided I wasn't going to do that. I was going to, whatever it took, I was going to plan and I was going to drive my own car. And that's what I'm suggesting to you. Drive your own car. Decide in your head, I am going to drive my own car, whatever it is. Whatever it is. And I'm going to tell you how you can drive your own car. So let's talk about that, how you can take control of your life. So let's get down to that. It's called reskilling. And that's exactly what I had to do. You look at the mic, the picture of me with the microphone. You think, I never in my wildest dreams thought I would be on a social media platform at certainly at my age, certainly at over 50, certainly at over 60. I never thought I was gonna be at a microphone talking to folks like you, good people like you, telling them about reskilling and the importance of it and really determining and deciding that I've got to learn a new skill because that same skill that I've had, the skill that I have isn't making me the money that I need to make and the money that I want to make. And it's not giving me the future that I need, the future that I want. So reskilling is critical. Again, look at the microphone here. I just showed you the panel here with this microphone. It's called reskilling, learning something new. And it isn't easy, especially if you've not done it for years and years. You've taken some classes and you haven't had to reskill. You didn't have to learn something new because you had this job. But now this job isn't turning out the way you wanted to. And what we know, and I say this all the time, and if you watch this channel, you know it's to be true. You've heard me say it, that 56% of workers over the age of 55 are pushed out of their job, and they're pushed out of their job before they're ready to retire, and they're pushed out because of their age. It's a fact. It's a fact. If you walk away from anything here, know that there is a chance that you could be one of that 56% of those workers who are pushed out of their job because of your age. Do you want to be that person? No, I'm sure you don't. So reskilling, deciding I've got to reskill so I can stay competitive. And staying competitive in today's job market requires up-to-date skills that align with evolving industries. Reskilling increases your chances of landing a high-paying job. It's just called learning a new skill. It could be just building on a skill that you already have. I had a guy yesterday write me. And he says, Lou, I'm really glad you produce these videos, this channel. He says, because what I do is I work in a correctional institution. I work with criminals. And what I want to do is I want to leave this gig where I have to sit, by the way. I want to make sure I point this out. He said to me, he goes, I work with criminals. And what I do with them is I counsel them. He sits and he gives them advice. And I know somebody else in my family who does that at a correctional institution for young offenders, young adults. But he says, when I get out of that, I want to, when I decide to transition, he says, I'm going to transition into a online consulting business, a counseling business. And I said, why wait? Do it now. Start building that business up now so that when you're ready to transition, that transition goes like that and you're making money right away. And that's what I did. I decided that what I was going to do is learn a new skill. And I did. And then I was going to go ahead and just keep at that skill, keep on perfecting it, learning additional skills, learning about more software. And that's what I'm recommending to you to do, my friends, is go ahead and reskill, learn those new skills. Now let's get to the next thing here, because this is important. And I want to make sure that I give this to you before you go to lunch. For those of you who are East Coast. West Coast people you're not going to lunch just yet. You're probably just getting to work. So listen, leave the shade. And this is something that I say all the time. A lot of folks, they're comfortable. They're in the shade. They're comfortable. Hey, they don't got to get into the sun. But if you want success, you got to walk into the sun. If you want success, you gotta just take that leap. You got to take that step. And a lot of folks, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. They're willing to let somebody else drive that car. But if you want success, step into the sun. Now, I've got an event coming up. For those of you who don't know, some of you already know, I've got an event coming up. It's called the Power of 50 Career Summit. And that's an event. It's the largest live stream that I have ever done. I've got speakers. They're going to be there. It's this Saturday. There's information in the description box of this video. But I have an event that I created. I didn't do a live stream to this magnitude before. Got almost, 10 speakers, I think it is, 10 folks coming in to be there, to give you information about how you can do a career. Matter of fact, this video, I'm going to actually dive into this topic even deeper, but it's diving. It's taking the leap. It's making that jump. It's deciding that you're going to walk into the sun and you got to get out of that shade and go into the sun. If you want success, that's what you've got to do. Not enough people are doing that. People are just content. And when you're content, you're sending me a comment and you're saying, Lou, I don't know, this job, I just can't handle it. I don't want it. I don't like it. But follow these steps, my friends. Follow these steps to get a figure income. Now, I hesitate saying that because it does take time. It takes perseverance. It takes deciding that you're going to be excellent in everything that you do. But you can build that income up if you take the steps that I'm outlining to you. And it really does start with just saying, screw everybody else. If I'm getting advice from them, you know what? I'm not getting good advice because they're not even doing anything to help their stuff and they're trying to give me advice. Or maybe they're just deciding that you're not, that you're just not somebody worth even investing and they're just going to be there along for the ride and that's it. Now, if you want to drive your own car, you got to drive your own car. You got to take that steering wheel in your hands and you got to drive forward. So I just outlined to you my formula for success. My formula is exactly how I landed a great paying job. And again, I'll just go ahead and say it again. I'm going to summarize it for you here. The first thing I just said is, you know what? Screw them all. I'm doing my thing. I know I've got to go ahead and just dump that woe is me mindset. Forget it. To myself, forget that woe is me mindset. Then what you got to do is you're going to decide what you really want out of your life. What do you deserve? Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to plan and you're going to take time and you're going to plan. You're going to plan that direction. You're going to set and achieve your goals and you're going to make informed decisions as I've got here for you. Of course, then you're going to do is reskill. Reskilling is critical. If you don't listen to anything I've said today, think about reskilling. Think about creating the multiple revenue streams like I've done here. And not just here, but I do a lot of different, I say a lot of different income streams that I've developed over time. But you can do it too. You can go ahead and you can land a great paying job at 50 plus if you're determined to do it. If you let go of the baggage, you start planning, you start thinking, you surround yourself with people who will make you better. That's what you got to do, my friends. So I'm not going to keep rambling. I got a comment here. I'm going to look at this. All right, here's hey Ray, how are you? Thank you for following me here. I appreciate that. Hi Lou, it's 8 a.m. here in San Francisco Bay Area. Thanks for watching, Ray. I appreciate that. I really do. So listen, that's all I got for you today, my friends. If you have any questions, go ahead and make a comment. Also, tune in on Saturday to the live stream. Tune into our live stream. You'll have a, I don't want to say the time of your life, but you're going to definitely have a time that will transform your life. I believe if you stay tuned to the live stream, and I've got some links in the description box that are going to take you there. So that's all I got, as I said, and I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream and I'm going to do it right now. Have a great day, everybody.